Hey, we
Oh,
live, baby.
What's going on, everybody? We are back one more time for another episode of Y'all Not Ready for That Conversation. My name is Lawrence White, and I am with
Your boy Chris Theodat, you already know.
and Ariel Chanel.
Word, Word. Um, yeah, so we've this is what like episode 12. We've been going pretty hard for a couple of months. Um,
Facts.
yeah, I think it hit me like last week that we started just randomly in August. I think it was. Oh yeah, it was August. Or was it July?
I want to say July, like end of July, mid July, because then we
12
skipped.
weeks, about 3 months ago. What was that?
Don't make me get to counting now.
Yeah, I know, right?
It's July.
Yeah, it just hit me that it was July because we did the one about the entanglement,
Mm,
and then there were all the jokes about August, being a tough month for Will Smith,
that's
which
hilarious.
which I felt bad about. But
Oh,
hey, what's going on, Charlie? What's good, Otis? Thanks for joining. Uh, it's dope to see y'all. Dope to see y'all on. But yeah, so yeah, the Link Media has been around for a little while, and then we took a hiatus, and just out of nowhere, like that's how we came back. Like we pretty much hit the ground running, and we've been running ever since. And so while I was, just sitting there thinking about, different ideas for episode topics and stuff like that, I was I was kind of thinking to myself, actually this is a question that I got from Chris, maybe some years ago, uh, where I was asking myself like, what is my why? Like, why am I still doing this? Or and that led to other questions like, what do I want to get out of it? Who am I? Different things like that. And I thought it would be interesting to kind of have that conversation, with the three of us live on air. And then if you guys have any questions about us as individuals, what we do for the link or outside of the link, and even some ideas for, some things that, you would like to see us do in the future as we, kind of go over like who we are as the link. Um, but yeah, so I started having those questions in my mind, and I figured, why not talk about it? So even though I'm here with, two very good friends, Chris being my newer friend out of the three of us, he still held me down in many occasions. Uh, he looked out for me many ways, many times, and we'll probably get into that a little bit later. And then Ariel being, as many of y'all know, like she's like a little sister to me. I've known her longer than I realized when I found the old picture.
yep.
That's funny.
But there's still something that we can learn, from each other or about each other, like as we talk about it. So um, once again, I'm gonna go ladies first. Ariel, uh, simple question: who are you?
My name is Ariel Chanel Spivey, but I go by Ariel Chanel. I am a uh, full-time worker by day at a job that I have to work at. And and with the money from said job, I am also a singer, songwriter, podcaster, um, and a lot of other things. I am somebody who wants to see people whole and loving life, living on purpose. And that's what I strive to do, to make sure that everyone is living their best life, as Lil Duval says in his song. And I do that by every Monday just sharing some love and some light on my podcast, Good Morning Love, and putting out music that spreads joy and positivity. So that's a little bit about who I am. I am a graduate of the University of Pittsburgh. Hail to Pitt. I have I was about to say my master's. Whoa, don't have that. But hey, listen, if that wants to come, sure. But I have my bachelor's in criminal justice, administration of justice with a focus on forensics. So if it seems like I'm reading your life, it's because I literally went to school to learn how to do it. So a little bit about me, um, and I'll pass it on unless you guys have more questions, or I'll pass it on and then we can do questions or whatever.
Well, I think we can ask a couple of questions real quick.
You can get as deep as you want.
And Chris,
I'm not ready for that conversation. I'm here. I'm an open book. If you know me, like I may not readily share about my life, but I am an open book. I'll tell you what you want to know. So if you all have questions, today's the day to ask. Because I probably won't say it at the beginning of the time. And hold on, because my chair is falling. And I live by myself. I paid for my own things. Sometimes they break.
Well, I was gonna say, Chris, if you have any questions, you can hop in as well. Okay. So you said singer, songwriter. Mm-hmm. I know you've been singing for a very, very long time.
I've been running for Jesus a long time. I'm not tired yet.
And also podcaster outside of this podcast.
Yes.
Good Morning Love. So what prompted you to start that podcast?
Good question. Well, one thing that prompted me to start it is sometimes I wake up and I have ideas, and that was one of them. I have like a strong feeling to do something. Mm-hmm. Again, like I will research it, look it up, all this other kind of stuff, but I'll just have this strong feeling that I need to be doing something. And I have been having this feeling that I need to be doing a podcast for a really, really, really long time. But just was kind of like, whatever. Because again, I work a full-time job at a company that I don't own. So I kind of let life just kind of, every day, wake up, go to work, come back, go to sleep, all that. But when COVID happened, and once COVID hit, I started to realize that I was kind of losing myself in just doing the day-to-day like work stuff. Mm-hmm. And in looking into why was I feeling like a grouch? Like, why did I feel like I was becoming that adult that, we always say, like, I'm never going to be like that. And then one day I woke up and I was like, and another.
You were that?
Yeah. Like, it's always something. I was turning into like my angry dad, like when my dad is angry. So, but my dad's a great guy. Like,
yeah, your father is definitely one of the nicest guys. I mean, he's still like he doesn't play any games, but he is definitely one of the nicest guys I think great. I know. Period.
But like when
he's a cool dude, he's hilarious.
My dad, yeah, he's a great guy. But when he's grumpy, it's not fun. But then I started to see some similarities, and it's like, wow, like, my dad loves his job now. Like he loves what he's doing, and you could see it. Like you could see it all over him. Like going to work is not a problem anymore. Coming home, like all this other kind of stuff. He's fun. He plays with babies. Like it's strange and weird and great all at the same time. But realizing, when you're living life kind of on purpose, like it's a different feeling. And so in that, I realized like something was missing. There's a reason that when I wake up on a Monday, like I'm like, ugh. And I was like, what am I missing? And so Good Morning Love came out of that because it was like, why am I waking up on Mondays with this like gross, hi dad, I love you.
Hey,
And
Papa
I said you're
Spivey.
a great person. Like you guys are great. You're awesome. You know,
Yeah.
adulting. I've learned. I know. I have my own place now. I get it. I wrote a whole somewhere in my notes on my page. But anyways, um,
Okay.
the one day my parents listen. Anyways,
Right. Shout out to the Spivey clan.
right.
Yeah, yeah.
Shout out to my mom and dad. Love you. Um,
I love you too.
in thinking about it and like putting it all together, it's like, okay, there's more to live for than
Mm,
just, the aggravation of 9 to 5. And, it's not about like the just working 9 to 5 and it's the grind and all this other kind of stuff. There's more to life. So, how do we bring out the more? How do we bring out the good? Like, what are the things we need to be focused on and stay focused on so that way we can go through the week and live the week being whole and healthy and happy? And
right.
so, that's where Good Morning Love came from. It really was a personal journey that I decided, like, while I'm working through my own stuff, let me share with other people because if I'm going through it, I know somebody else is too.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Um, yeah, I'll have more questions, but we'll get back to that. So, Chris, now it's your turn. It's on you. Simple question: who are you, sir?
So my name's Christopher Theodat. Uh, I am a black Christian male from the mean streets of Boston, Massachusetts. Uh, I am a writer, a producer, a photographer, a I enjoy media of all types. Um, I I'm not gonna say that yet. I am yeah, I'm a guy who loves to see people recognize their identity. I think
Mm,
that's always been a big thing about me. Like, do you know who you are? Like I ask people that all the time. Do you know who you are? And I love like, and it's kind of like the audacity of me asking, do people know who they are? And them kind of discovering it is uh intrigues me. Uh, I, I live by a mantra now: identity stewardship, elevation. That's my thing now. And it's kind of always been my thing, but I never put words to it. It's kind of like your identity. Who has God made you to be?
mm,
Um, Stewardship. What do you do with it? And that brings the elevation. Those the abundance, the wherever you should be, the destiny, wherever you're supposed to go, that God has ordained you or destined you to be is the elevation part. So that's my that's kind of how I try to operate and kind of my it helps me define my way of moving. Like it and it helps me to say no to things easier now because it's like, is this in my identity? Is this something I need to be working for, and is it going to bring the elevation that I'm looking for?
mm.
um and then with that I'm developing I've been developing like a curriculum and just like media around that mantra. So
That's
when you
dope.
see that, yeah, when you see
I
that,
know I saw the I think you have it on the hat.
yep,
And do you have it on the shirt?
have it on a hat, shirt, pullover, hoodie coming soon,
Yeah, I know I've seen it, and I've heard you mention it a couple times, a little while back. But I didn't know you're finna add uh masterclass teacher
a
to your to your repertoire. Like that's dope. And then also hearing what you said about helping people realize their purpose.
yeah,
That makes a lot of sense.
yeah.
That makes a lot of sense.
Because yeah, I think a lot of times people just simply don't know who they're like. They want to be who they've seen, not who they're called to be, and that's always been a a
Mm,
thing.
Now,
yeah.
I have a question for you.
Sure.
When are you gonna have stickers? I can have one.
Stickers.
Yeah.
I think I have stickers. Hold on, let me see. I made stickers. Did I make stickers? Yeah, I made stickers.
That's why
I can
you
get you a
always ask
sticker.
questions, people.
Hmm.
You never know what's gonna come out of it.
Yeah. Hold on.
Also, and being serious, for everyone that's watching, again, thank you to everyone that's watching. And oh, you do have stickers. I want one. Anyways, if you're watching and you have questions for us as well, please make sure you put them in the comments and we'll definitely ask your question. So
Definitely.
take it away again, Lawrence.
Yeah.
That was my only question. I really do want a sticker.
Yeah, no, I got you.
I like
Because I, you know what, it was funny because I did that. I had stickered my journal. So this was my
That's where I saw it.
yeah,
I saw it on your hat, and I saw that because I remember you held that up to us before.
yeah. That is my prophecy journal.
That's dope. Yeah, one thing about you, Chris, like if nothing else, you're gonna make some merchandise.
Hey man, that's it.
I just remember when you popped up with the Ace Life
Hey,
wristband
wristband, yeah,
things. Like I stopped. I don't remember what I was doing, but I just stopped and looked in my head. I was like, "Where did this dude find wristbands?"
fam. And those joints were lit. Those joints they sold well.
Yeah.
Like they did really well.
I think I still have mine
Yo,
somewhere.
I had a few and they all popped. Like after a while, rubber for like 4 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a good little minute ago.
Yeah, it was a good run.
Yeah, I could never actually put one on.
Uh,
Put one on my yo Mike.
Yeah, Mike. Mike. Yeah,
I still
Mike knew the deal.
Yeah,
Them joints was.
we were. I mean, we're not going too deep into anything like that right now, at least. Uh,
Uh,
but yeah, I could never fit one. I could never get it around my hand. I
uh,
always wanted one though.
it was great.
Um, so,
All right, so Lawrence, who are you?
well, hold on. I have
Oh,
another question. I have another
oh,
question for you
okay.
because I think I bit off more than I could chew. I don't know if I'm ready.
It's like stalling.
right?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Let me hold this off a little bit longer. Um, so so I think when I first met you, I think I knew you as a producer first. I don't know.
Probably.
I don't know if I heard any of your music yet, but
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
I mean, but
I feel
it
like
was all kind of around the same time anyway.
yeah, it was
So
all. It was
so
all.
either way, like I knew you as someone in music before, like even before we became like close friends and started doing this as the link.
Right.
So everything that you were just talking about, like when you're talking about like your mantra and helping people see their purpose, how has that kind of shown up in your music over the years?
um, I feel like all my music has an air of the Beat Monster. Yeah, that was the old name for a grip. Oh God. Uh, that was my MySpace name. Um,
Wow.
no, legit, that was my MySpace name. Uh, I feel like all my music has an air of, yo, do you know who I am? Like, and like, do you know who you are? Like, it's also I have a like, it's slightly cocky, but it's cocky because like God made me,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
it just is what it is. And it's kind of like I think also have an air of like, do you see like that God made other people too?
Mm.
And that's kind of the hardest, like seeing other people as like, yes, God made them too.
Well, you said that it's hard.
Yeah.
In what way?
So like, I mean, I think I think it was just for me personally, like seeing other people that you disagree with and that kind of go against what you think. So yeah, do you know who I work for? See, like yo, that's legit. Like those are like, do you know who I work for? Do you know who I am?
Yeah.
That's kind of my whole like thing. But yeah, seeing other people is like, yeah, like, yeah, do you know you? Like, do you know me? And do you know you? But like, do I know you? Do I know like when I disagree with you, when I'm not feeling you, when I'm like, when I got beef, does my beef supersede God in you?
Okay. Yeah, I feel you.
Yeah, right?
I feel you. Yeah.
Or can I work around that?
Yeah. Yeah. Because a lot of people definitely they definitely forget that other people are children of God the same way that we are.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's
Snaps to that, by the way.
Mm.
yeah. Um.
So Lawrence,
All
Yep.
right.
Yeah, I was like, wait,
no, we're not putting this off no
all
more.
night, Lawrence.
I'm just loading up some questions real quick.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, I'd love to answer all the questions. Oh no, what happened? Where
Oh,
did I go?
I can't
Where
feel
am I?
so bad. Like,
Hilarious.
Lord,
y'all
is this you?
have some questions for this man because, oh God.
What's up? All right. I'm not gonna play no more.
Lawrence, who are you?
I am.
So when the Lord gave you your calling,
Listen. I am.
even your mama said, "Thank you, Miss Barbie. Thank you very much."
So like in my head, like I am going in two different directions with how I want to answer this question. One is completely ridiculous, but the other is like, let me go ahead and just answer this question. But the other one's like, but you can stall with this one.
So do the other one.
Yeah.
All right, so I am a Christian black man, uh, creative entrepreneur, uh, ordained minister. That one still counts.
Mm-hmm. That's forever.
Um,
Man,
let me see,
you still fits?
huh?
You still fits?
Is it crucifix?
Oh God. Yeah, the crucifix. No, I said the shoe still fits.
Oh yeah, the minister
Well,
shoe.
well, when you're not the one that puts yourself in that position, the shoe's kind of glued onto your foot.
Mm.
It's a good one.
Mm.
Like no matter like I think I've recently gotten to the point where I'm like I can't I can't fight it. And I was never fighting it because I didn't want it or I was running from it. I was fighting it because I was fighting everything. Like I've I've been dealing with a lot, uh spiritually, mentally, and emotionally, um for a while now. And I think I've more so recently gotten to a point where I can I can move forward in a lot of different areas. Um, and I know I have a tendency of telling on myself and like giving way too much information, so I'm trying to not do that. So I'll go ahead and reel it back and say that I'm a graphic designer. um, I love, like, just like what Chris was saying, with media. I love media, which is why the LiNK media. I love creating. I love um, I love stories. You know, I used to be really good at telling stories and making things up, and my hope is to kind of get back to that. Um, with time, but don't worry, I won't. Um, but yeah, I mean, I don't know. I can't really think of. I think I've covered everything with the creative entrepreneur and minister. Like that really sums up most of it.
So, what is behind your drive to tell stories?
That is a really good question. I
I
think,
know.
well, because that's one of those things that's like, for as long as I can remember, like I would kind of make stuff up. Like my imagination is crazy. Like if I don't distract myself with other things and like social media and other people, like I will sit there and come up with all kinds of crazy stuff. So I think my drive behind telling stories is more so to entertain. Because even though I am really shy and I've struggled with anxiety for a very long time, I've always wanted to make people happy. Like I've always wanted to entertain. I love making people laugh. Um, I was just thinking about when when you get a decent sized group of people laughing, and then you just sit back like, yeah, I did that. Like you're not even laughing, you're just
Right, you're just
yeah,
basking in the moment.
yeah, like that. Like that's me. Like when I get people, um, when people are comfortable and they're enjoying their time, like that's what I think. I love that more than more than anything else, which all kind of plays a part into me as a creator and why I create some of the things I do and why I've tried to do some of the things that I've done. But yeah, I think that's it. I think.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I think yeah. I keep feeling like I'm missing something, but I don't know if I am.
What do you
I'm
mean?
I don't know. Like I just be feeling like there's more. Like there's something else to say, but I just don't be knowing. I don't be knowing what it is. Like I'm definitely like I don't really put too much stock in astrology, but like when it comes to like the description of a Gemini, I fit that. And
That's
it
funny.
be and it be cracking me up because like I'm like a human Sour Patch Kid, and I will definitely excuse me. I will definitely like not do anything malicious, but I'll I'll kind of ruffle some feathers just for the sake of like having a good time. But then I'll also like help you, comb them back out.
Wow.
You know,
You just out here combing feathers.
yeah.
Laughing, crying kid. Like,
Oh yeah.
why did I do that? I didn't mean to hurt your feelings. It's like, what? My
So
bad.
all right. So I'm gonna go back to Ariel and pretty much the same question that I asked Chris about his music. Like how does um everything that drives you as far as like what you wanted to represent with your podcast and things like that, like how does that translate into your music?
Mm, for me, I guess I can say that I see the world musically. So that's how it kind of comes out. Um, I used to love the was it the quote? All the World is a Stage and we're just actors in it.
Mm-hmm.
My stage is a Broadway musical, and life is songs, and everything that happens is a song. And so most of the songs that I've written come from something, like come from somewhere in life. Um, Whether it be like literally one time it was a moment in prayer, like, and not like in my private time in prayer, like at a prayer meeting, and something happened and a song just came up, like had a whole song for it. So that's the way. And if you know me, you know, like in life I'll usually follow up something we're talking about with a song. Like I always have a song for something. I probably would be a beast at song association. Actually, I am a beast at song association because it's just how I live life. So that's how um like music just, I feel like it's literally um the soundtrack of life. So everything that I write, it comes from the heart, it comes from experience, it comes from whatever. And I usually know if I'm in a dry spell when I can't hear music anymore. Like if I can't hear the song, if I can't hear something, I know I'm in a bad place because there's always a song in my head. There's always like when I wake up in the morning, there's a song. So
Yeah. When was the last time you were in one of those dry spells?
nah, you about to go?
Speak on that.
Before I started Good Morning Love. Um, but I knew um for a little while. And I know there's some people on here who are like, Ariel, when's the next project coming out? Like, and I laugh because I think about life like Adele. Like Adele will be like, I'm not putting out a project if I don't have anything that I feel. Like, and that's the same with me. Like, if I'm not just gonna write a song because you want me to write a song. Like, again, have a song for that in my head. Like, it's literally a song about that. Like, I'm not gonna write you a love song because you asked for it. Like, so
That sounds like a dope song. I want to hear that song.
it's a real song.
So, since you
Terrible.
won't write it if I ask for it, can I demand it?
No, but anyways, but that's just
I tried. I tried, people.
like when it's there. And Chris and Lawrence both know because they both have been around for both of my projects that have come out. But like once the drive is there, once the motivation is there, like once, and not even the motivation, but just like kind of the same way I was talking about with the podcast. Like when I wake up and it's like it's time. And I gotta get it out. I gotta write it. I gotta get to the studio. Like I want to say the call was a conversation during one of the Ace Life events. Like, when do you put out your next project? And I was like, second semester next year. And then it was just like, that's it. Like, and I knew, I was like, nope, yep, that's it. That's when it's coming out. And everything just started to flow. But if that's not what's happening, and I believe it really is more so because it's a spiritual thing for me. Like music is very spiritual. I didn't want to go here, but I guess here we are. Didn't I say I'd answer anything today? But like, I definitely know that um, I hear the voice of God through a lot of songs. And so a lot of what I write, it's coming from like God's voice. People always talk about like, oh, when you sing this and that. Like if I'm just singing just to sing, in my mind, I sound like trash. Like it has to be from the heart. Like I'm not somebody who does it for show, who does it to, I want to be seen. Like it really is a spiritual thing for me. And so like when God's ready to speak, man, the words be flowing. Like one song, I was at work at my old job filing papers and a whole song just came while I'm putting papers away. And I'm just like, that's a song. All right. Like literally word for word, just flowing, flowing, flowing. And so when those moments happen, it's beautiful. Like I love it. I hope that answered your question. Gave you something.
Yeah. So, question for the both of you: What Actually, I'll ask this question. What don't you like? What makes you upset? What gets your goat? What
Oh,
grinds your gears?
what grinds your gears? Um, Inconsiderate people grind my gears.
Mm,
Like, I think people. So that's the thing. People who don't see people grind my gears. Like that is a person. Like it doesn't matter what they look like, what condition they're in, what they've done, who they are. That is a person, and people not seeing people grinds my gears. And that, you know, if you know me, you know that it is behind like my whole like social justice, my whole like it's just my thing, like seeing people as people no matter what. uh and yeah, that's what grinds my gears. I don't want to get carried away, but yeah.
all right, Ariel.
Um, I have two. One is injustice. Like I really, really, really don't like um when I feel like something like an injustice has been done. So that's more than just what's going on in this world, like outside of that. Like if I feel like somebody is being wronged, I don't like it. Um, at all. Whether it's on the job, in a friendship, whatever. Like I'm really I like, people to be treated well. But something else that grinds my gears, probably even more than that, and if you know me, you know it's a really big pet peeve. Doesn't like you gotta really, really know me, but if you really know me, you not talk about it. I hate when people ask me questions and then after I give them the answer, they tell me why my answer was wrong. Because
Mm,
already knew the answer, why did you ask me the question? Like it
Hmm.
under my skin so bad.
Hmm.
Like I
Like
won't
like
ever cuss someone out, but that is something that if I were to cuss someone out for, it would be that. Like, especially at work, when somebody will be like, hey, do you know why X, Y, and Z? And it's like, but so and so said, then go with what so and so said because you're
right,
wasting my time, which I
right.
think that's the underlying part. Like, don't
yeah.
waste,
Don't waste my time.
yeah,
And
I don't,
that's the thing. I think people do that as a means of working out in their own head. They just
yeah,
use you to do it.
yes. Just like we could talk through it. I'm a person who has to talk through stuff. Like, I got to talk through everything. Like, let me just talk about it. It's gonna work out in my head. I'm gonna figure it
Right,
out, and then I'm like, thanks for talking through that with me, even though you probably didn't say anything. But don't ask me a question
right. Expecting my advice.
expecting my advice and
Hmm.
then tell me why I'm wrong.
Hmm.
Like, I didn't ask for a test. Like, no. And when God tests me, that's not how He tests me. Like, get out of here. Like,
So, Lawrence, you're a gear grinder.
yeah. What's yours, Lawrence?
Well, I think when you've been through some of the things that I've been through, not really much makes me upset anymore. Or at least people, like, there really isn't anyone, there really isn't anyone that can really make me upset. Um, there was this one guy last year.
I was about to
He,
say, I was like, but pull from the times when there were,
Right.
because
well, I'm trying to think about, what happened with this dude and like, cause, all right, so like I said, going back to, me being a Gemini, like I'm pretty good all the time, but once you make me upset, it's a different experience for everyone involved. And like a part of me, like I really don't like putting that energy out into the world. So so I just
Anthony's stupid.
Anthony's comment. Um, and Mike, we saw your question too. I'm gonna get to your question as soon as I finish answering this. Um, but yeah, like I don't like. I really don't like putting negative energy out there. I don't like being, especially since I'm a believer. In most places I go, um, shut up, Anthony. Most places I go, like jobs and stuff like that, like people know that I'm a Christian, and it's not because I go in there saying, "Hey, yo, I'm a Christian in the house." Like it ain't nothing like that. It just comes up in conversation. Like they'll ask you, "What are you up to this weekend?" "Oh, I'm at church," or "I'll be at church all weekend doing this." Uh, excuse me. Especially when we would have like events and stuff like that, and there was a lot going on. Like, oh, I'm going to this concert over here, doing this over there, going to this event. And they're like, oh, well, what kind is it? Well, it's a Christian hip hop event, you know? So it kind of comes up. And then once they know, especially if they've had a bad experience with the church, like, and they know you're a Christian, a lot of times people are just waiting for you to confirm their reason why they don't like Christians.
Facts.
And I never want to give them a reason to like, you know, shore up their defense or whatever, you know what I'm saying? um so for the most part, I keep it cool. But yeah, there was this one guy that after a while he definitely made me want to fight. um yeah, and I think it was because I think it was more so because I defended him. Like I defended him to everyone that we worked with, or most of the people that we worked with. And like unexpectedly, he completely flipped on me and started treating me like I was his enemy. And I'm like, fam, I'm your only friend. But if you want me to be your enemy, now your
We
enemy
got
is
you.
here. You know what I'm saying? And and yeah, he just kept pushing those buttons. And after a while, I was like, I have to remove myself from this situation. Um, I don't really know what that is. Like I can't really break that down into something like really simple because that's just one circumstance.
Betrayal.
Yeah. Oh, you know what does really bother me now that I think about it? Inauthenticity.
No, there it is.
Yeah, and I think, well, that kind of fits in it as well. But usually, like, so inauthenticity kind of boils down to a lot of different things for me. So like I I don't really like talking on the phone. Um, Zoom is cool because we get to see each other, but I will always prefer talking to you in person. Like 9 times out of 10, actually 9.99 times out of 10, I would rather talk to you in person than talk to you over the phone. You know what I'm saying? Um, yeah, and it's just I feel like talking to someone in person, like interacting with someone in person, or at least where you can see their face, like it's more of a real thing. Like it's more of a real conversation. Um, and it's less easy for me to be distracted by other stuff when I'm able to like see you and I can focus on you, and we're talking. Like if I don't have something to keep my eyes on, I'm going to get distracted. Um, but yeah, I'll just leave it there. Yeah, there are some other things, but I'll just leave it there. Um, so once again, thank you everyone that's watching. If you guys have any questions, excuse me, go ahead and ask us. It can be about us as the link or us as individuals. If we have a question in the chat now from Mike, he said, "Who are three of your current living heroes or inspirations? Not Jesus. Jesus is alive.
with
One.
the with the eye roll emoji.
So if you didn't know, now you know.
Right. I
So
feel him all over me.
so
Sorry.
yeah, I'll let you guys go first because I need to think. I need to think
Same.
about that one. Because I don't think I have any heroes.
You did say inspirations.
Well, yeah. So yeah, I have to think about who my inspirations are. I don't have any heroes uh right now. Well, I guess they're kind of interchangeable. So I think like hero level inspirations, like those people have all passed away.
Mm.
Um, a lot of my inspiration. I'm sorry. Did one of you guys want to go first, or
Yeah, you good.
okay? Because I said I would let y'all go first, and then I started talking, and I was like, "Wait a minute, you're a liar." Um, so my so being a creative entrepreneur and like I'm a builder, right? So Anthony, I don't know what my rising sign is. I don't really know what that means. I rise in the morning. If that answers your question, I don't know if that answers your question. So my rising sign might be whatever the alarm clock says. That's my rising sign. Um,
Wow.
so my so my inspirations are usually um, creators like in the business realm. You know, if they're believers, that's extra dope. But I love seeing people grind and build and create something that's bigger than themselves. So right now, my inspirations, my inspirations are Kev on stage for one, um, Joe Budden, um, Dame Dash, and I feel like there's someone else I'm missing. Um, no, what's dude's name? I keep wanting to say Dwayne Johnson, but I know that's not it because that's The Rock, and The Rock doesn't inspire me.
Uh,
The dude from Shark Tank.
Yes,
oh, Damon John.
Yeah.
Damon John. Yes, thank you, thank you.
His book's good too.
Yeah, I still haven't. I don't know if I gotten it, but I know I hadn't read it. But but yeah, just off the top of my head, those are four people that I've always well, Damon John and Dame Dash for a longer period of time, Joe Budden and Kevin Stage more recently. But those are four people that I've looked at for a good little while now, and whenever I see there's an interview with them, I watch it. Um, yeah, and I try to soak up as much as I can from them, and just by watching their grind and their ascension, as they continue to move forward. So, you guys,
Okay. Um, I think similarly, I would also say Kev on stage. I think uh, watching someone uh, build the way they have, and like seeing what he built and like how he built it, and like watching it from like I think consuming his content from like Periscope to now YouTube to
yeah,
like that trajectory is very cool. Uh, so I think he's on that short list. Um, I'm gonna do this and whatever, but like I feel like Joe Budden and Charlemagne are the same guy, so they get the same spot. Like they're the exact same guy, and
I can see why you would say that, but I disagree.
I mean, I understand. I think,
But it's only because of their personality types.
yeah, no, I think like no, right, personality, but like media wise, they're the exact same person. Like
Yeah,
media and
yeah,
business
they're both in
wise,
the same. They're both
they're,
going in the same direction.
outside of one doing books and one making music, they're those guys, like watching their trajectory is really cool. um, it was one more because I made them the same guy. Uh, Trevor Noah. Trevor Noah is
Mm.
like I love Trevor Noah interviews. I love the way he asks questions. I like his perspective and the way he thinks. I think I really enjoy people with I enjoy people with interesting perspective.
Yeah.
So those are my. Go ahead. So
Huh?
would you say you kind of faded out a little bit there?
Oh, I was saying, so I guess it's my turn.
Mm,
Um, I'm laughing because I genuinely was like Kev on stage, and then when you both said Kev on stage, I was like, and here we
good.
go. But and I guess I will say not just Kev on stage, but Kev and Melissa
Yeah,
put them together.
they're
Because
also the same guy. Yes.
yeah, because they are one, they are the Fredericks. But I really, really enjoy their work ethic. I actually have like Melissa's stuff. Like I'm a part of her MKOS fan club. Like
Dope.
love watching her become her own. Same thing, seeing them from when they were the playmakers.
Yes.
And, I remember going to an event in Cali and they were hosting it, like back when they were just like the small guys to now
Oh,
see.
that's right. You did say they were out there.
Yep, they were the host of the event that night. And so getting to meet them that night to now seeing where they're at, watching comedians of all kinds, like coming to Kev for advice and
Yeah.
companies coming to Kev, like, and Kev giving people the hookup to like be who they are. That's what I really enjoy and look at, like the opportunity, him not just putting himself on, but really being that connection for others. And that's something that I strive to do. Like I really want to put other people on um, once whatever happens, wherever I go in life, like to be that connector for other people. And watching him do it and do it so well and do it with integrity has really been ins- inspiring to me. Um, my other inspiration is Jill Scott. She is my spirit animal, as I say. Like, I really believe that she embodies a lot of what I aspire to be. Her creativity, watching her like interviews and talk about her work ethic and how she writes and comes up with songs. Like she put out a project one time where she said she just went into the studio and was like, let's see what comes out. And I've been wanting to do that so bad. Like I wanted to do it before. And then when she said it, I was like, I need to do that. Like, because I know if you just put me in a studio and give me the time, like give me a day and let me go in, I'm pretty sure something crazy will come out. So knowing that like people have put out dope projects doing stuff like that and seeing it be
Yeah.
done, like I'm always like, one day, one day. So Jilly from Philly, that's my homegirl.
Prayers out to Philly, by the way. They're
You said
going
what?
through it right. I said prayers out to Philly. They're going through it right now.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah. Was it another guy was shot, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, prayers up Philadelphia.
Yeah, I meant to mark down his name, um,
God, I
but
didn't see it.
I'm sorry, it slipped my mind.
And all my friends in Philly, y'all know I love y'all. My heart's with you guys. So yeah. So Kev and Melissa, Jill. Technically, there are 3 people already, but I have another. Um, and this is more on like the local like front. I am super inspired by Marte. And so I figured I'd give her shout out now because
Indeed.
seeing
Salute to
someone
her.
you said what?
I said indeed, salute to her.
Yeah, like seeing someone that's the same age as me, um, like really go after everything that God has for them, the way that she has inspired me. Um, like being able to go on tour with her and just chat up and talk about different things and a lot of different stuff. She's always been someone that like I've kept an eye on and watching what God is doing with her because it gives me that drive to be like, yo, okay, like if Marte can do it, like, and I know she's always like, you got it, girl. Like, and she's so encouraging,
Yeah,
like
she's very encouraging.
that like just will pour into you as well and let you know like what they see in you. Like it's the thing that I always remember, and I'm like, all right, we got this. Like we're gonna keep going. We're gonna get to where we need to get to. So I always gotta give a shout out and like she's definitely been an inspiration for me to keep going. Like times where I'm like, why am I even doing this? Like it's been motivation for me to be like, nah, like throw all your cards in. Like you got it. Just be like, all right, God, here we go. And like he's gonna catch you. Like
Right.
he's definitely been my help with seeing that.
Yeah. I think it's. Hey, what's up, Danny?
So
Thank you for watching. Um, so with all of us mentioning Kev on stage, I thought it was interesting because um, because of what he's built and what we've been trying to build as well, like with the Link Media. Um, and I'm gonna go into more detail with why that was interesting to me. But Phoebe asked the question, so I want to make sure we get to that first. Um, she said, "What is the first or most profound moment where you each knew God was real?" Um, I have two moments that uh, I have two moments. One was the first, and the other was the most profound. But since I went first last time, I'll let one of you guys go first. Now, unless you really want me to, go ahead.
I have a moment that I could share.
All right, go
Uh,
ahead.
I guess I'll say it's uh, one of because God has shown himself over and over and over. Like there's been a few times. Like I again talking about songs that always come up. Like thinking about like you can't make me doubt him. I know too much about him. Like
Mm,
and singing those old devotion songs every Tuesday night at church, like and having to sing that. And when you're younger, it's like, okay, yeah, it's a song saying you can't make me doubt him. I know too much about him. But now, um, I feel like I'm like now that I'm older, like I know that to be true. One of the moments that sticks out the most to me was a moment where I actually got to speak into someone's life that I did not know. And I thought that that was like the moment where I was like, there's no way you can tell me that there is not a God because how else did this moment happen? And so, again, as I was saying earlier, for those who weren't on, like, I will wake up with like ideas and things in my head, like, you need to do this. And just, it will be the driving force for that day. Like, I don't care what else is going on. Like, if something is like, this is what you need to do, like, I have to get it done. And one time it was going to put in for a housing lottery in like Fields Corner. I lived in High Park. Going to Fields Corner usually wasn't in my thought for the day, but I just had this like, I need to get up and put in for this housing unit. Like, I need to go, I need to do it, and I need to do it now. So I went. put it in. Um, and when I was done, I was leaving and I saw a T-Mobile. And I'm like, oh, I need to pay my phone bill. Let me just go into this T-Mobile. You live in Boston, you know there's a T-Mobile on every corner in the hood. Like, I didn't have to go to Fields Corner. But when I get there, I see someone that I met at the job that I was working at. So it was a customer that I was helping. And while I was helping that customer, when I met them, I was like drawn to them. Like everything about them, I just couldn't take my focus off of them. I'm like, oh, I don't know why I'm so like, you know, engrossed with this person. Like, just like, oh, hi. Like, all right, yeah, we're going to help you. Cool. So I see them. They were there with their wife, and I'm like, oh, hi, how are you? I was like, that's cool. Just so happened to see you in the T-Mobile. That's great. Sit down because it was busy. They're sitting on the side. I'm sitting down, and I immediately hear God tell me, get up and go talk to them. They just trying to do their thing. I'm trying to do my thing. Like, I'm like, okay. I get up and I go over, and all I could just, first time this has ever happened to me. So I'm just like, I'm sorry. I don't know if this might seem a little bit strange, but God just wants me to tell you that he loves you. And when I tell you, it was full tears from the wife who I didn't meet. Like, remember, I had just had met, and she told me her whole story of how God was calling them back to, like, and both of them just looked at each other. And in that T-Mobile, we had a God moment where God used me to share his love with someone that I only knew from a 2-second encounter at a job. And so in that moment when I left, I was like, wow, God, you cared so much about them that you got me out of my bed to go do some arbitrary task just so I can be in place at the right time to give that word to those people. If that doesn't say that you are real and that you love us, I don't know what else does. Yeah. So for me, that's always been something that's kind of guided me from then on to always want to be in position when God says to do something and when God says to speak so that someone's life is impacted, because I never want to be in a place where I'm just doing my own thing. And I know like it happens a lot, but where God is like, I need you to speak right now. And it's that very word that may save a soul and change a life. Like that's how I want to live my life. And so that is, I want to say, the most like profound impacting moment for me with God, because it really showed me like, oh, this is how we can live life. Like when we just live open to him, call what he says to do, the amazing things that he can do to us.
Yeah, that's dope.
That is dope. I guess for me, and I'm trying to like shuffle through like, I guess I would say maybe like one of the first times, like, you know, uh, I preached at that church, and uh, so it's interesting. Like me writing a sermon is very, because like I'll be trying to plan it out and do all this stuff, and then like not right before, but like let's say like the day before, day of, it'll just boom, brrr, like it'll come.
Yeah.
Right? And it'll be parts in there that like God is literally downloading stuff to me and blowing my mind. Like, what is this? Right. And then like saying those parts while I'm preaching, and like you get the reaction, and that's fine. And, like everyone's like, oh wow, that's crazy. But then like having people like come up to you afterwards and be like, yo, when you said X, Y, and Z, that, and like tell me their whole life story based on the X, Y, and Z that God downloaded to me the day before, that like, I would have never thought of otherwise. But then like it's all just connect, like just knowing how things connect and how God lines things up is, is what does it for me.
Yeah, that's dope. It was always dope when I would experience stuff like that. So I know what you're talking about. So I know I said I had two examples. I'm just gonna stick with the one, because for the time, or when I say the one, I mean the first one, um, because for the time that it happened, it was really profound for me, and it really impacted me, so much so that I still remember it all these years later. Um, but and I didn't realize this until just now because I had to look it up. But this actually happened around the same time that I had gotten saved. And I had gotten saved when I was like eight, 8 or 9 years old. Um, so I was in the fourth grade, and I was in class, and this is super simple. But like I said, for the time frame, like me as a child, this was crazy. Um, I don't know why, but I completely forgot that we were having a spelling test, and I did not study for it. Back then, I was still a good student, for the record. Back then, I still did my homework. I still
No,
studied.
I gotta confirm with your mom. Hold on, let me see what she says.
well, she could back me up on that because when I was in the fourth and fifth grade, I was in advanced work classes.
Mm.
So I was in like the special class.
Yeah.
We'll say advanced.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. We were special children in an advanced class. um, but yeah, so back then I still did my homework. This wasn't some like thing that I just did. But for some reason, I had completely forgotten to study for a spelling test. Um, and when the test came up, like I was really worried that my track record was going to fall off. And then out of nowhere, I thought about my bishop at the time preaching and him saying that the Holy Spirit will always bring things back to your memory. And so I prayed as my teacher was passing out the paper, and I sat there and I prayed at my desk, and I said, Lord, I know I should have been studying. Um, I forgot, but I was like, Lord, I know that I should have studied, but I forgot. But I remember Bishop saying that you will bring all things back to my remembrance. So if you can bring these words back to me, like I'd greatly appreciate it. Amen. And
And God was like, spell remembrance.
yeah. my brother said good student Lawrence from way back. Yeah, good student Lawrence is the supreme throwback.
Hilarious.
And yes, Mom, I need you to comment to confirm that I was a good student because I don't have any proof. I don't have any proof except for no, I don't even have that.
Was it you graduated? That's proof enough.
Hey, listen, I made it out.
Right.
They say when you're going through hell, don't stop. Okay, and I made it out. But yeah, so I took the test and I got 100 plus the extra credits. I got 110%, and that was the absolute first time that I can remember specifically going to God for something and feeling like He responded. You know what I'm saying? Because I was still worried like the whole time I was doing the test. I do remember that much. Like I was still worried, but when I got 110%, at that time, I felt like that was God saying, "You trusted me, I got you." And then somewhere either before then or after then. What'd you say?
Like, come on, exceedingly abundantly with that.
But yeah, so
I needed the 99, Lord, and He was like, "No, 99
listen,
is
I just wanted to pass, Lord.
Right. Oh no, you are more than a conqueror. Hey.
Come on, somebody.
Yeah, then never mind. I'm gonna leave it. But yeah, so like I said, it was around the same time that I had gotten saved. So for me at that time, that was the first and most profound at that time. And because of the time, I don't want to go into the second one because I'm pretty sure I've shared that story on here before, and if not, I'm pretty sure it'll come up again in the future. So, so going back to what we were saying about Kev on stage being an inspiration for us, and I specifically thought about this when Ariel was talking about the opportunities that he builds for his friends and stuff like that. And you know, a lot of us, um, if you spend time, if you're a believer and you spend time on social media, you've more than likely seen some of his videos and seen some of his things at this point. Um, but the way, oh no, I thought those were gone. I thought those were sent out into the utter darkness. um,
I'd like to see those.
shoot, I don't. I mean, I know they say nothing but good things, but a lot has changed. A lot has changed. Um, but um, yeah. So recently, seeing what Kev on Stage did with the Keep Your Distance comedy show that he built and grew to like this crazy achievement for comedians. You know, to the point where you have other people copying him, and some of them they don't even realize they're copying him. Like they don't even realize he's already been doing it for months.
Mhm.
I can't remember the dude's name because I didn't even realize he was a comedian until I heard about this. But he's a short dude. I think he was on the King of Queens. He was the main dude's friend. Um,
Uh, um, I know you're talking about. I forget his name. You're
yeah,
right.
I can't think of his name, but I found out that he's a comedian this year. And he was talking about doing the show during quarantine and calling it "Keep Your Distance." And Kev on Stage's like fan base flooded this dude. Like, nope, can't do that. Kev did it first.
Yep.
They added him to like, Kev, you see this man trying to take your thing. No, Kyle, not the tall dude, the short dude, the white dude. Um, I can only think of him in Agents of Shield as well, and the show wasn't really good, so I don't really know too many people that watched it outside of myself.
That show was great. I used to love that show.
It started off real good,
Mm.
but either way, his fan base like flooded him and told him that Kev had already been doing this, and he called it "Keep Your Distance." To the point where, um, dude reached out to Kev to apologize. You know, he let him know he didn't do it intentionally, but I think it was late last week or Monday.
Uh,
He was being interviewed on like Jimmy Kimmel or something like that,
oh yeah, yeah, yeah,
and
yeah, yeah,
he
yeah, yeah.
mentioned it.
And he mentioned it. Yep.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. So like, you know, for those that don't know, like having anything you've done mentioned on like a big show like Jimmy Kimmel is crazy,
Huge.
you know. But
That
even what's up?
and that and the fact that Kev has a beehive.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, he does.
Yeah.
Stage crew,
Stage crew don't play.
the
Gang
stage
gang.
crew.
Oh,
Yeah.
best believe I'm stage crew.
Oh yeah, I'm stage crew too. I'm just not hopping in no one's DMs because
Stage
I know they got it.
That's facts.
But
stage crew be dragging everybody.
Gang
Like,
gang.
uh, dog, they be on it.
yeah.
But yeah. So as dope as it is to see, like something that he's built, like even without him being on the show himself, being mentioned on a platform that large, like as dope as that is, it's still dope to know and to have seen his journey from the Playmakers and when he was still living in Washington and he was a stay-at-home dad and he just started doing videos just to, you know, just kind of keep it moving to where he's built it now. Like he built, of course, with the help of his friends and his wife, and even his sons. Like he was able to build something to the point where it could be mentioned on that stage. You know what I'm saying? On that platform. So with him being the creator and putting his friends on, that leads me to the LiNK Media. Um, and I guess I'll just go ahead and hop right into it because we only have a few minutes left. Like um, I first I first had the idea for the LiNK Media back in like 2007 when I was still living in Florida, and at that time I was spending a lot of time with my good friend Brinson. Shout out to him because
Brinson,
he would bring me along with him on. So Brinson is a Christian rapper for those that don't know.
God
Still
Chasers.
doing it. God Chasers Entertainment. He just released a book, The Art of God Chasing, which was designed by me. He sent me the all of the information and all the images that needed to go in it. I put it together, and for months we struggled with Amazon, or he struggled with Amazon to get it out. But it's available now. So if you go on Amazon, look for The Art of God Chasing. Support him in that because it's dope, and I put mad work into that. Um, but yeah, so back to 2007, I was dealing with my divorce, and Brinson and his wife were there. Like they held me down because I didn't have immediate family in Florida with me. So I spent a lot of time with Brinson, went to a lot of events, and I just was at a lot of events in general because I was single at that time, and events was happening. I was in my 20s. I was keeping it moving. Um, but I had a camera. That's when I started doing photography, and that's also when I started teaching myself graphic design. And I was I was taking so many dope pictures, like I randomly started thinking about putting it together in like a book form. But then I was like, I really want other people to see what's going on, because I would take my pictures and then I would immediately, like within the next day or two, put them up on MySpace and just kind of put them up there, and that would help drive. It would help promote the events because people would see what they missed out on. And I even made a couple of friends behind that because one day I noticed, and I'm talking about like I used to have to go to the library to get on the internet. So I would go home, go through all these pictures, edit all these pictures, put them on a thumb drive, then go to the library, upload them to MySpace, and do all my checking and all that stuff there. And then one day I noticed that someone was taking my pictures and putting them on their own page,
Oh wow.
like in their own gallery. And I can't remember what the conversation was, but I hit him up and I was like, "Yo, what's good?" And it was just someone that really wanted to go to the events as well, but she was usually missing them, and she just wanted to help promote. And so from there, I was like, "All right, well, such and such is coming up next." We met, we became good friends. Her friends became my friends, and it just kept building. And but like I was saying, I wanted to take some of the stuff that I was doing and use it to promote. So I ended up wanting to make a magazine, like a print magazine, because that's what the LiNK was going to be at first. And if I can find the original uh, magazine cover, I'll post it because that was like because I used that as inspiration to like keep building. And I'm talking about like it didn't come out as a LiNK at first. I was trying to call it the Connect and connection and like because that's what it was all about. It was just about bringing people together. Um, but then also at that same time, I noticed that the magazine industry and the print industry was dying out, and it was really expensive to put together your own magazine. and I was not very smart with my money, so I did not know how to make that happen. So yeah, I kind of ended up just sitting on it. I still kind of put it out there like it's coming. I'm working on it, but then I ended up moving back to Boston, and that put everything on hold. Fast forward a couple of years, I think it was 2012. Chris, you and I had already become friends. You had already proven yourself to be someone that I could trust. Like you were very authentic. Like I said earlier, I dislike inauthenticity. You were real. Um, and then also Ariel and I were working at the Croc Center together. Um, and Ariel being Ariel, she's always been someone that I relied on for a lot of things. But I went to Chris first to ask him if he would be interested in working with me on developing this online magazine situation. And he said he had to pray about it. He did. Came back, said he's down. He came into the Croc Center, and we had our first meeting. And all I know is my notes. My notes from that meeting were all drawings that had nothing to do with what we were talking about. Because Chris and I just laughed and joked for like however long we were in there.
It was funny because I lived like down the street from the Croc Center, so it was
Yeah,
like,
yeah. So you just came, you just pulled up, and we just had a grand old time. And then we tried to have another meeting, and it was the same thing. And then we were like, all right, we're gonna need someone to help us keep organized because we had some of the dopest ideas, but we just had difficulty like keeping it reined in.
hmm.
So we needed a chaperone. And I was like, and I was like, yo, I have the perfect idea. And then that's when I went to Ariel, asked her if she would be down to work with us, help keep us in order, and that's how she became a part of it. Um, real quick,
I don't
because
know how it works, but that's how I got on board.
Yeah,
well, this is the abridged version.
I
You
know
know,
we're changing your title to CCO, Chief Chaperone Officer.
Chaperone officer.
so so real quick. Um, so all right, so like I said, the main reason behind wanting to do the link in the first place was to create a platform that showcased my friends that were doing music and entertainment, and then it kind of developed further because all of my friends weren't just doing music and entertainment. It became more of a lifestyle thing. um, so, like I said, I went to Chris first. Um, so I'll just ask you both. I'll just put the question out there. What what was it? What was it that you saw that made you want to join in with me to create this? And if
Um,
I need to clarify, just let me know.
so for me, hold on, sorry. Um, I think what it was is like I think at that time he said it's like 2011, 2012. Uh, yo, there was something like bubbling up.
Yeah,
Like it was a lot going on, and it was all like rumbly, and it was super exciting. Because like I had already been like making music. I've been working with Marte and like Get the Profits, and like I've been already doing my thing. And then like all these connections started happening, and I started meeting you guys. I met Apple Jacks and now and Ace and Mike and all like that whole situation. So like things were like coming together, kind of interesting. And then like I feel like so I met you, Lawrence. I think first at Marte's concert in Cambridge. I don't know if Ariel was there, but I know
wait, at your church?
no. This was at the YMCA in Cambridge. I know you were there because Applejacks was there.
Wait, I didn't know you before then.
No, I think that might have been the first time.
Oh wow.
but that was like 2011.
Oh yeah. That was easily 2011.
That was like 2011. That was like,
Yeah.
yeah, maybe like 2011, like early, like, yeah, around there. So there was that. Um, but yeah, so like I seen you there, and then like we started connecting in the same circles because then like shows were happening and things were going on, and I think that was also the year I brought K drama to town.
For you brought K drama and Brinson
And Brinson
for Marte's
for her
release.
album release, but it was also our back to school festival. It like all kind of
Mm.
coincided. I think that's how it went.
Wait, no. I don't know. All right. It wasn't your back to school, but there was something else.
It wasn't so no. So yeah,
Because it was later in the year. There was snow on the ground, and I have a
it's
very
true.
specific reason why I remember that, which I won't get into.
So you're right. There was that, but then so yeah, then we had brought back K drama later that so that was later. Yeah.
Yeah, that was
So
like the next year or something like that.
yeah. So either way, just yeah. So I think coming into knowing like, yo, all of a sudden having mad people around me that like are interested in like Christian hip hop and all, like it was legit kind of instant. It was like me and some of my friends, and then it was like, yo, there's like 30 of us.
Yeah, we were bad deep, bad quick.
Yo, it was kind of crazy. So I think capturing that and like and saying and you saying, hey, I want to do this online magazine. I kind of wanted to like do X, Y, and Z. And I was like, yo, that's kind of dope. Cause I'm like, hey, I like photography too, and I like video, I like doing these things. So let's how can we put it together? And I was really like, yo, I saw the bubble up, I saw the wave coming, and we were like, yo, we are positioned for this wave. And it was also some things in the prayer, my prayer life, and some prophecies that happened that said, yeah, this kind of lined up to where we were supposed to be.
Mm.
And those prophetic words.
Especially when like all three of us got the same one.
Oh yeah,
Yep.
yeah. I forgot about that until you just said it. Yeah, that was crazy. All right, Ariel.
Um, do you guys remember what I said when we first started?
I don't remember specifically. I just know we talked about it when we were at work.
Oh, I said I just wanted a chicken sandwich.
Oh
Yeah.
yes, yeah, you did say that.
That's like your reoccurring line.
Yeah.
No,
And
but
I feel like we got a few of those.
huh? Yeah,
I feel like we got a few of those.
they got a few chicken sandwiches. But all jokes aside, when Lawrence first approached me about it, I had it really was really quick. Like the process of me coming back to Boston, because I came back at the end of the summer of 2011 from Pittsburgh, and that was like a whirlwind. And when I came back, like when God told me to come back to Boston, before coming back, like I had come up for the summer a little earlier in the summer, but I had some things that I needed to take care of in Pittsburgh. Like mainly like getting it in my head that I wasn't going to be living there anymore, because my thought was that was going to be my forever home. And God was like, no, I have plans for you. Like crazy prophetic words coming before me moving back and me being like, no. Like cool story, but the part you're missing is I'm not going to be living in Boston. And God was like, like, and so God got me back reluctantly, like literally kicking and screaming, and got me back to Boston. And I just kind of felt like life was starting over. Like, didn't really know what was up from down at the moment, but I knew it was a moment of me finding myself and learning more about myself and like God directing my path. Mm-hmm. So, in being at the Croc Center, I got to meet all of these people because everyone would just go to the Croc Center. Like, I don't understand. Like, it was just a place we would end up. So Chris would come through and work out every once in a while, and then like, talk for a while because he knew Lawrence, and then It was like, oh, there's this going on, there's that show. And because I had nothing else to do, because again, like life had changed. Yes, I was from Boston, but I really did feel like a newcomer for a really long time, because of the way circles and stuff had changed. So just being around the Christian hip hop community, I started to fall in love with music again, and remembering like how much I enjoyed um, music and events and all these different things. I enjoyed being there. And then when Lawrence was like, "Hey, you've always really like been a really great help. Can you help with this?" I was like, "Let me think about it." It's like, that sounds really cool. Like, yeah, I mean, it beats what I'm doing now. Like, that's just not how it goes. It beats what I'm doing now. And God used that to like start to sow seed. And even with, how we talked about our prophetic words and how they all connected, because that's when um, words about entrepreneurial life for myself started coming. Like, you're called to be a business owner. You're called to do this. You're called to do that. And that was way bigger than what I thought for myself. Like, I always just had a dream of like having a little old house, like a little old family, not a little dog. I've always wanted a big dog, but a pet or so, and just being okay. But God was like, no, like I have such great things, like way bigger. I can't even begin to explain some of the prophetic words I got because I'm still like, but it all was just kind of coming together and like talking about the things that we would do for media and the things that we would do for the entertainment industry and all these kind of things. I just knew in my heart it was the right thing, and the right fit. And it led me to meet some dope people again, meeting like Jax and Trin and Mac again, because I knew him before, and realizing like, wait, I know you. And,
Yeah.
Jenny and everyone, and just, you know, reconnecting with DI and all of these different things
Mm,
that I realized, yeah, this is it. Like, this is where I'm supposed to be. So, and you wouldn't have Ariel Chanel that you have now if it weren't for the LiNK Media. So I know that this was supposed to be a thing, because it was in working with the LiNK Media that I realized, yeah, I think I need to get into putting out my own music. So
That's dope. Yeah, that's real dope.
yeah, that was,
Um, mhm.
origin stories.
yeah.
Yeah,
And Chris being like, in the studio now, Felix.
Yo,
yeah,
oh, those were some of the best days of my life, man.
Yo,
yeah. That was
Man,
those
listen.
those those days were mad fun. I
I
I
can't
brought nothing to the
I think
studio,
about it all the time
but
though.
I was in there.
Yeah.
What'd you say,
Listen.
Ariel?
I said I can't think about it too long though, because I think about this. I've been in prayer recently. Like, I've lost that person and she needs to come back. So I just need them to know
Uh,
that
Listen, we're just waiting for her to come back. We're waiting for Ariel Chanel to come back.
she
You're
got a
here.
5. She
we'll
started,
get it.
Wait, say it again, Ariel.
she got a 9 to 5 and started pushing papers.
Chris had a 95 the whole time.
Yeah,
It's not the
Lawrence did not.
Yeah.
Lawrence
same.
Lawrence has been bouncing back and forth from job to job
Yeah.
and making his own way and getting help from his friends.
And to all my
Uh,
coworkers that are watching, you guys know I love you. And you also know how I feel because I'm very vocal about how I feel. Never mind. I take back what I said. Uh, but no,
but yeah, no, go ahead.
I do miss those days. I miss just being able to be in the studio for hours. Mike
Just
coming through. I remember Mike, like, I posted one time, I was in the studio and I'm like, dang, I'm hungry. Mike just rolls up and was like, here, I got
yeah,
you some Raising Canes. I'm like, where did you come from? Like,
dude.
the best times. Like, just,
Those
oh,
those, those were a vibe, yo.
I feel like I need it back in my life. I need COVID to go away so that I can get back.
Yeah,
I miss it.
and let me just back up just a quick second. So I know I said the idea first came around really around 2008, and and then it was around 2012. Well, it was 2012 when we dropped like the first promo video for the LiNK Media.
Yeah.
And
with the train.
Yep, with the train. It's available on our YouTube page. Excuse me, if you're watching the rewatch on YouTube, all you got to do is scroll down. Just scroll to the very bottom. You'll see our very first promo video. It was the very first time that I used After Effects. Like without question, it's the very first time I used After Effects. I used the template, and yeah, you couldn't tell me nothing when I posted that. I was like, my G, we are here now. You know what I'm saying? We are here. The LiNK Media is here.
We have arrived.
We had our launch party. Yo, I remember that because that's like, those are the things that let me know I love doing events. Like, I love hosting events. That launch party was so fun.
Dude, all the Martinellis.
Glow sticks.
Yo, the fact that we had a concert and then had a whole nother party.
Yeah.
After with Martinelli's
and
carrot cake.
Carrot cake.
I believe my friend Crystal made that cake.
Oh yeah.
Shout out to her. Dog, and we like that was our launch party, and we already had supporters that were from outside of our friend group.
Yeah.
I mean, we became friends. I mean, I don't know what happened to them now. I lost touch with them.
No, we still got some. There's still some that pop up.
Oh, well, shout out to them. I lost touch because, I went through some things. But but just remembering it now, dog, and I remember I was so tired because I was up for like 3 days trying to put up our website. I was literally working until maybe an hour before our release party started, and I still didn't get it done. It still took a little while, but it's just crazy to think of how much effort and time I went in, because that would have been my first website. So trying to build that, and then here I am now, 8 years later, and I can literally put a website together in an afternoon if I need to. You know what I'm saying? And really, like, that's so. All right, so hold on. So let me reel it back like I was trying to, because I have to shout out Mike one more time and Arva, because before we started doing stuff as the LiNK. When I first moved back, it was Church Boy Clothing, and you can see the backdrop behind me. It says the LiNK Media, Church Boy Clothing, the CB. That's the logo for Church Boy Clothing, the original logo for Church Boy Clothing, and then also the Ace Life Spade behind us. This was a backdrop we had purchased for a concert a while back, and we kept it. I mean, the website on it doesn't work no more. It'll send you to some Chinese website, but
that's funny.
But yeah, like when I first moved back, Mike had the vision for Church Boy Clothing. Myself, my brother, my younger brother, and some of our friends, like we put it together. We made it happen. I was doing that for a little while, and then I officially left Church Boy Clothing because I wanted to build something on my own. For some reason at the time, I don't know why I didn't think I could do them both at the same time. But that's kind of how I am. I'm like an all or nothing kind of person at times. But I still, salute to Mike. He's one of my best friends. He is my brother. And he's held me down. He's always kept me a part of what was going on. Even when I was self-destructing and trying to burn every bridge I had, he kept putting out the fires. Him and Chris kept putting out the fires, while Ariel just rubbed my back and was like, "You'll be all right." And I was like, "No, the world must burn." But what we did with Church Boy Clothing kind of kept us like in those loops. It kind of reconnected me to a lot of people up here, and then meeting Arva through my work with Church Boy Clothing got me into Boston Praise Radio,
Mm.
which really like officially started me. It started my media situation because me and Mike were hosting. Um, I forgot what it was called. Uh, no, I think it
I feel like it
was
was called the link. Like it was like
yeah,
yeah,
it was the LiNK Live Mix Show.
because I was on there. Yeah, I was like
Yeah,
I
yeah,
used to watch it from my
yeah.
apartment in Pittsburgh.
yeah. So it was the LiNK Live Mix Show,
I was
brought by or presented by Church Boy Clothing, and
Because
we were
it was
doing
it was
that.
funny, right? Because like I think I spent like the afternoon over at Boston Prayer because it was like it was y'all, and then it was Word
Antoine
on
was
the
before
Street.
us.
Yeah,
yeah,
so I'd be like I just hop shows.
Yeah, yeah, because you produce, well, you would engineer it, right?
I think I might have did a playlist a couple times on the show.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
because I remember you being there,
Hmm.
and that's where I learned how to engineer like the shows there as well. And so I would be there, like I'd go in there when we started our little Christian hip hop block, and just sit there, just stay on their show, and then do ours. But yeah, like that's kind of what kept me fueled in that Christian hip hop space before the LiNK Media became the LiNK Media. And just to kind of tie it all together, because I know it's we've reached our time. Um, we've done interviews, we have concert footage, uh, we've um, we've done events. So there was our launch party. There was the No Sleep New Year's,
yep.
Yeah.
which that
Unwind. We did the unwind.
unwind. That's
Unwind.
the one I was trying to remember the name of, and like I definitely want to do those things again once we're able to like be regular, I guess. Um, but yeah, I mean, there's a lot of footage on our YouTube page.
We have
So
devotionals.
yeah, oh
Hmm.
yeah, we did devotionals for like every week for a full year and some change.
Yeah, it was definitely yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah, we did devotionals for a full year and some change, and I also hope to bring those back in the near future. Um, yeah, I mean, we did a lot.
Yeah.
We were a part of Ace Life. Uh, Chris, uh, you engineered sessions, and
Yeah.
you were a part of the group as far as like the rappers. I did the original branding stuff for Ace Life. Uh, shoot, I did most of the branding stuff for Ace Life outside of this logo behind me and some other things. Shot the first video. I think that was the first music video that I shot. Co-edited um, by
Applejack.
Applejacks. Because my first edit was trash. I didn't realize it at the time. I thought I killed it. But yeah, co-edited by Applejacks. Um, yeah, like we did mad stuff.
Dude, we had a run.
Yeah, we had a serious run. Um, yeah, and I hope to get back to that. Like, um,
Or I'd say evolve the run.
oh yeah, yeah, definitely. We're definitely going to uh evolve with the times.
Yeah.
I really did enjoy growing as an interviewer, so I can't wait to like kind of get back into doing that. Um, was there anything else? And this will be my last question. Was there anything else that we didn't already mention that you really liked, or like what was one of your favorite moments from our history as the Link Media?
Ooh.
So I'll say I think so. The launch party, because I think it was also my birthday, which was kind of
Yeah.
so that was the whole thing.
Oh yeah, you're right. It was like the same weekend as your birthday
Yeah.
because
So
it
that
was
was
We
like
had the
February,
party.
right?
so it was so it was the yeah it's like the first weekend in like February or whatever it was.
Yeah.
Because then my birthday was January. It was January 29th. So we all correlated it. It was, and then I had like my project coming out the same. So it was like it all.
Mm,
It was great.
that was dope.
Yeah. Um. Again, the events will always be my favorite. I think No Sleep New Year's. I want to say will
Fire.
Yo, that was
Fire.
crazy.
probably be
That
my.
was crazy.
We had guests.
Yeah.
We
Flown in.
brought up Brenton was there.
Yep. It
Dave
was
was there
Dave. Dave
too.
was. Yep. So
Dave
yep. Dave
TV.
was. Yep.
People could sign up to perform. Like it was an open mic. So we had people at the end of their New Year's Eve church services, like
Coming over. Yep.
and using it
Yo,
for our event. And I still
yo,
have it, I want to say on my computer from my iPad from that.
Yeah.
you
Like
say you still have what?
I still have like footage of Brenton performing. Like I think I still have Brenton jumping up
On
on
the pew?
pew.
On a pew.
And we
I
were
was
like,
I was gonna say that's I believe that footage, yeah, because you edited it. That footage is available on YouTube as well. Like I believe the whole concert. But the craziest part about that night for me was because I was up on the balcony recording everything. My brother said he remembers being stationed away and deployed, seeing y'all do mad stuff, and it was tight to see. Um, Thank you,
Thank you.
yeah, thank you, and thank you for your service. Um,
Thanks.
but so yeah, so I was upstairs recording the concert because I worked in the outreach department at my church at that time, and so I didn't spend too much time downstairs, but I think it was Ariel came up because I think you were DJing, Chris. You had to have been
I
DJing.
was doing something. Yeah. I might have been. Was I?
Yeah,
I think we were
Uh,
doing everything. Like I was
yeah,
on,
we was all over the place.
yeah.
yeah. But Ariel came up during someone's set, and we were talking because we were both like our minds were blown, and we were like, "Yo, this is crazy! Like we actually pulled this off, and this is dope." Um, and then I remember asking, "Yo, is Bishop still here? Is he downstairs?" And Ariel was like, "No, I think he went home." And I was like, "All right, cool, because this is wild. Like, like this joint is crazy." Um, and then sure enough, a little bit after we thought he had left, he popped out of the office and was looking in. I think it was while Brinson was performing, because it was after Brinson had jumped on the pew, but Bishop had stuck his head out, and I just so happened to have been downstairs for that. And he was like, he just looked up. He was like, "Yeah, yeah, keep going, keep going." And I was like,
Yep.
"Oh snap!" I was like, "Yo, he's here," and he didn't shut us down. Yo, this is the best night ever.
Yeah.
Kyle said, "Didn't y'all help bring a bunch of artists to a youth convention?" Um, yeah, yeah, in the sense that we helped.
Yeah.
Yeah, we definitely helped.
And I
Yeah.
helped.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that was definitely mostly Mike's doing.
Yeah.
Um, Mike promoting out the gate.
Yeah.
He brought a lot of those people, but
But
I mean,
still,
we did have the connections. We did have like the friendships for some people that he didn't know. So we were able to
Yeah.
connect people and bring them up.
It was all co-developed, co-connected.
yeah.
Yeah. Ariel, you said something else?
And being able to be, like contributors in whatever way we could at that time to like all of the different meetings, going to the original Ace Life meetings.
Yeah.
Um, like that was all crazy. to me, like to think about. Um, and I guess like since we are running on time, like something that I've always thought about and thinking about, now that we're back and we're back as the Link Media and like moving forward. I just remember um, when we first started um, doing everything, we were talking about the Rock Boys music video. And I will
Yeah.
always say, like, that is us. Like, that is going to be us. Everybody we're connected with. And I have a huge thing about the people that I'm connected to um, that I don't need to go into. But just know if you're connected to me, you're going somewhere. So throw that out there. And Chris is like, yes, but it's true. Like, if you're connected to us, you're going somewhere. So just hold on to that. If you're ever feeling like you're in a rough spot, just know you're going somewhere.
Yeah.
And so in the music video, it's like split screen of like back in the day and where they
Right.
are now. And they at a party, they're living it up, they're doing what they're doing with like red cups, house party like feel. And then it splits to them with champagne flutes and,
Yeah.
fancy clothes and elegant and all that kind of stuff. But
Martinelli flutes.
you said what?
Martinelli
Martinelli
flutes.
flutes.
Exactly. And so I just in that moment, like when we were talking about it and like I was like watching it again, I could just hear like that is us. Like that is who we are. And so in reminiscing and talking about, where we've come from and all these other kind of things, like we may not be at the Kev on stage level right now. We may not be like wherever, but I just know that God has so much that he's going to do through us and, everybody who's watching and who's helping support the Link Media. I know that God is ready to do some stuff because even when we put it to the side, when we were like, okay, maybe let's not, I remember, and Lawrence can attest to this, me always being like, no, it's just on the back burner for now. It's gonna come back. It's just on the back burner for now. It's gonna, and like whenever he would be like, what do you think, Ariel? And I'm like, nah, it's not done. Like it's not done. It's just on the back burner for now.
Yeah.
And so to see the resurgence, it's like you see that like really as there's some things in my head like, ooh, baby, because I know what's coming. Like because God is just proving himself over and over. So going back to what Phoebe was saying about when we knew God was real, like this is a moment of knowing God is real when him being like, no, I didn't give you all those words for nothing. I didn't speak over you guys, like literally having minister after minister, people who don't know who we are, prophesied to all of us that
Mhm.
we were going to do some stuff. Like God's word he don't lie. So
That's right.
Yeah. Yeah.
look out, there's some stuff coming.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. That's it. We have to call it because you guys have real jobs.
You need me rolling over and turning on the computer? COVID.
Yeah. Well,
But yeah, this was dope. It was dope to kind of walk down memory lane with you guys and kind of share some of who we are and our history with everyone. Oh, I forgot to mention it last week, but my hoodie finally came in. So the Kingdom Life. Actually, I don't feel like getting up.
bang bang.
The
Yeah.
Kingdom Life hoodie, t-shirts. They're available in black and white and excuse me, the gray like I have. Um, they are available right now.
Get
You can
yours.
you can go to the link-media.com to order it. There may be a slight delay with delivery because of COVID, but you know, everyone has a delay except for Amazon.
Facts.
So
Amazon has a delay. They're like next day delivery is 3 days later. They're like,
yeah, that is
That's
true.
true.
That's very true. But yeah, if you guys are able to get either a t-shirt or a hoodie or a sweatshirt, because we do have crew neck sweatshirts available as well. Um, you guys will be supporting us. You know, we've never asked for a cash app. We've never asked for a handout. I've never wanted to ask for something without being able to give something back in return. And so, yeah, if you guys are able to support us in that way, you'll be helping us to continue, uh, doing uh, doing what we do. My brother said, "Y'all got those knowing smiles." That's mad funny because I I do be having that smile because I'm just thinking about like, yes, this is true,
Right.
and then I forget that I'm supposed to be talking because people are waiting. People don't like to just see you smiling.
I feel like
Um,
Rafiki when Simba remembered who he was. He was like, it is
Like
like that's how I feel.
like, do you know who you are?
Exactly. See?
That's yeah.
yeah, Chris is Rafiki.
Hey,
You need to do a song, Chris.
hey,
You
I'm
just
gonna
don't
call her Rafiki.
I'll be Timon or is it Pumbaa? Which one's the
Yeah,
warthog?
I think it's Puma, right?
what?
Yeah.
I'll be Pumbaa, just chilling and attacking birds.
It's funny, yeah, eating bugs.
Living lavish. All right, so we're gonna call it a wrap. Oh, next week I knew there was that one last thing. Next week is it Super Tuesday? Is that what it's called?
Nah, is this Super Tuesdays? The primaries. It's just election day.
Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah.
it's a Tuesday that God will make, so it's super in its own way. Um, but next week is election day. Um, we don't we know that it's very important. So for one, if you haven't already, go ahead and vote. Uh,
Go vote.
there are polls available for early voting in place. You can mail in your ballot. You can drop off your ballot in certain places. Um, but what we're going to do instead of trying to pull focus from that, we're going to have an election night watch party. So right here, uh, we'll be talking to some of you folks. So if you want to be on the live with us, we are opening the doors to make that available. So just hit us up, let us know if you want to be on, and we can talk about what's going on, what we're seeing. Probably talk about some of the poll or the election, not election, but the questions that are on the ballot for Massachusetts, like or at least for our areas, and yeah, we'll just have a good time. Dealing with all of this together.
We talk about where in the world is that second stimulus check?
Listen, I'm not being stimulized, so I'm just here. I'm just here, just knowing it's not coming. Listen, we talked about it before, so I don't got to go back into it. But that's Trump's signature on that last one was crazy.
Hilarious.
Once I knew he got a whiff of he might not win, I was like, we're not getting that money.
Yeah.
We're not getting that. But yeah, we'll leave it. We'll leave it right there. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you for everyone that was in the comments. We love all of you.
Appreciate
Um,
y'all.
yeah. So that's a good night from me. If you guys have anything that I may have forgotten or anything you want to share, you can go ahead.
And just follow the link meter across all our platforms, yo,
Yeah.
and
And
platforms to come.
Yeah.
yeah. Oh, and like I said, a lot of our or all of our old videos, interviews, and things like that are all available on YouTube right now. So you can go to if you go on YouTube, just search the LiNK Media, and you can check out some of our stuff.
We love you too, Kyle.
Yeah, love you, brother.
Good sir, good Kyle.
Yes. And thank you all.
All right, good night.